Do you want to know how to speak Korean without fear? I have 3 tips to share with you right now. Welcome back to another video at KSTYLEYO. My name is Inyoung. If you're interested in learning Korean language and culture, start now by subscribing and clicking the bell so that you don't miss anything in the future. Now I'm gonna talk about 3 tips that can help you to be less fearful when you speak Korean. These tips are not in a particular order. You can implement it in any way you prefer. You may think that someone who is naturally outgoing compared to somebody who's shy may be less fearful as others, but maybe that's true in some cases. But I think that even those who are outgoing may have the same challenges if you don't implement these tips. So tip number 1, increase confidence by being competent. Regardless of your personality, if you're not competent in speaking Korean, you won't have the confidence to speak Korean. This means that you need to be aware of what you're lacking. Are you fearful of speaking Korean because you don't have the proper accent or you don't have a wide range of vocabulary? Or would it be that you just cannot approach people? Next time you feel fearful, remember to ask yourself what makes you feel that way. If you can identify the issues, you can focus on the solution. Tip number 2, don't try to be perfect. I've seen students who think they need to be at a certain level to be ready to speak Korean. I'm sure that you'll be more ready than other times. Like I mentioned in tip number 1, you have the confidence by being competent. But I think that regardless of your level in Korean, you can always practice speaking Korean. Either a single word that you know, or sentences or expressions. It's important to understand that the more you speak Korean, the faster you're gonna improve speaking it. If you have the mindset of being perfect, ask yourself why it has to be that way. Maybe you're afraid that someone may judge you when you don't speak Korean well, or do you have other reasons? I have mentioned this in another video before. A majority of Koreans admire foreigners who learn Korean language and culture. I doubt no one will get upset at you because you're making mistakes. Try to communicate with them. I'm pretty sure that if they get upset at you, they have different problems, not about your mistakes. Tip number 3, face the fear. Ultimately, if you want to be less fearful, you have to face the fear. If you think you're too shy or have a hard time approaching people to speak Korean, I know that this may sound too easy of a solution, but you need to do exactly more of that to overcome the fear. Some of you may have more anxiety talking to people, but I'm sure that you can certainly reduce it if you train your mind by facing the fear. Whenever I think about this subject, this reminds me of a book that I read called The 5-Second Rules by Mel Robbins. She has transformed a lot of people in the world who have implemented her rule called the 5-second rule. This is just simply counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in your head. When you do this, it kind of triggers your brain that it's time to take the action, and also it primes your mind to be ready. Next time, if you want to approach Korean to practice Korean, try this 5-second rule to see if you have less fear to speak Korean. Try any of these tips and let me know how it goes in the comment down below. If you like this video today, make sure to give it a like. Share this video with your friends and family who might benefit from this video. If you have any questions, leave them comment down below, and I see you guys next time. Bye bye!